President Trump announcing a major move to investigate the investigators. He's giving Attorney General Bill Barr the authority to declassify any documents related to the Russia probe. The president hitting Democrats and explaining the decision.
They want to try and get a do-over of the Mueller report. It doesn't work that way. I declassified, I guess, potentially millions of pages of documents. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But I want to be transparent. Our Attorney General is in charge. Let's see what he finds.
Congressman Adam Schiff ripping the move, saying, quote, "The cover-up has entered a new and dangerous phase, and also it's un-American." So, Jesse, now that this declassification of millions of documents has occurred, do you think that the deep state's going to fight back because you have to work with a bunch of different agencies who were allegedly involved?
Well, all the scoundrels involved in the coup attempt are gone. If you think about Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, all those gangsters are now out of there, so you can't really do much.
It's only the FBI, though.
True, and I'm sure there's some other bad players out there, but if you declassify everything, you're going to have access to raw source documents, the FISA applications, and the 302s, and this is why the media is so upset by this, because the first time Donald Trump has convinced the media to be against transparency. The media does not want to see secret CIA and FBI documents for the very first time. Usually they win Pulitzer Prize, finding these documents from the Vietnam War till now. Now they don't want to see it because they know they participated in a witch hunt. They know that all their heroes like Comey have been lying. And like Greg said, Comey's the new Avenatti. They're going to dump him as soon as the crosshairs go over his head. It's curtains for this guy. He better lawyer up.
Greg.
It's even worse than that, because remember, there was two parts to Mueller. There's collusion and there's obstruction.
Right.
So if there's no collusion, how do you obstruct no crime? It's not obstruction of justice.
Juan, you are making so much sense.
It's obstruction of injustice. It really is obstruction of injustice.
Right. That was my line. You stole that.
I had it first. I remember the eureka moment it came to me. But, I mean, imagine when you see that Mueller knew in March or June of 2017 that there was no collusion and didn't tell the president. So he kept the investigation going, making Trump crazy. So he's making Trump fire that one, fire that one. So why didn't he tell the president there was no collusion? Because he was setting a perjury trap for the president of the United States. I think that these documents will be extremely unsettling for the people that have been promoting the whole notion of
But, Greg,
Russia
they've
collusion.
totally moved the goalpost because they accused the president of obstruction when it came to the Mueller investigation, and now they're saying, well, he's obstructing justice by not complying with these subpoenas that Jerry Nadler is issuing to them.
Could you imagine if this is how they're reacting after the Mueller report cleared the president, if it had gone the other way? I mean, if this is how they're acting when the president is cleared, imagine if there was something there. There would have been mobs and pitchforks. This entire circus is due to the fact that the media and the Democrats got their asses handed to them in 2016, and then again with Mueller. Mueller was a repeat of the election. And I'm saying that as somebody who didn't vote for Trump, but grew up. When the moment he was inaugurated, I go, he's my president. I didn't sit there and...
Who did you vote for?
I think I wrote in myself. Either that or a Krauthammer. I cannot remember, but it was. But the thing is, after the Trump became my president, and I judged him on deeds and not words, and I've been very happy. But we're learning now the 3 years didn't matter, or 2 years didn't matter. They were going to do this to him anyway, and I don't think it's about Trump. It's about our viewers. Trump is merely a proxy for the American people that the media hates. That Trump represents flyover country, non-Hollywood, non-Manhattan people who just sit there with their fingers up their noses, getting drunk in their trailer park. That's the way they see it.
So, Kennedy, what is the political benefit for Democrats here? Obviously, they're trying to satisfy their base who wants the president impeached, but the rest of the country polling overwhelming shows that they want everyone to move on and actually focus on issues.
I mean, that's the problem, and Jesse kind of alluded to this, is the press is going to have to do some real work here, and they're going to have to sift through these things and figure out what the worst parts were of these abuses.
But how are they going to spin it?
That's a problem. You can't spin it. Because
That's why it's harder for them.
It's problematic if this is the structure and the system that we've got. And that has to change. And, you know, you have to apply a much more objective lens to this problem, because right now it's so incredibly subjective and people feel as though their opinions are facts.
Right.
Well, I think it's going to rock the FISA court.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
that's
it's going
okay.
to really be an
that's good.
earthquake.
And I think
and that whole, it was supposed to be
we haven't seen inside the FISA court enough. And it's not,
Probably true.
I don't think that the Attorney General should abstract things conveniently for the president. I think we should see much more documentation, see how these applications are rubber stamped, see how the judges justify some of those decisions, see if there's any follow through. And if it's not enough, then Congress has to get up off their booties and do something
But
about
Greg,
it.
I want to go back to the narrative here before we go, with the media and Democrats in Congress who are now, Adam Schiff included, accusing the president of using law enforcement as a political weapon now as a result of declassifying this information. So they're essentially projecting what they've been doing for the last 2, 3, 4 years onto the president for being more transparent.
Yeah, we're the only ones that are allowed to weaponize the intelligence agencies, not the president.
And also, they're also the only people who can doctor videos. The media can provide misleading editorial, but nobody else can. We can do it, but you can't.
It's a montage.
What do you mean?
But the thing is, right now, I mean, there's two things going on right now. There's Trump and there's Brexit. And both of them are telling everybody the same story, that the political class is suffering a global reversal.
I'm going to milkshake
Well
you.
said, Steve Hilton.
I knew you were going to say that.
Okay.
You've been lied to.
Speaking of...
It's a global reversal tonight. What's the show called?
Next Revolution.
Next Revolution
Monday
with
nights.
Steve Hilton.